KO squad,
What's
y'all
up,
know the vibe.
squad?
Gang, squad, all our lives.
You
know
know
the
the vibes.
So people, we're there today, and it took me a while to actually get Mama K to actually tell a story. You see what I'm saying? And mind you, if she start crying, or me start crying, or console her or something, you know the vibes. You feel me? I say? Today we're gonna do a story time, people.
Story time.
Yeah, Zimmy. So, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you go and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, please.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. It's right there, guys. Instagram and Facebook, K.O.FAMILY. Subscribe. People, turn on the notification bell. You see me? When we come back, we gotta tell them those. Alright, people.
Yelling at the people for goodness.
The people. Alright, y'all. So, we're going to tell you, today we're going to do a little story time. It might get a little bit emotional. You get me? But, y'all know what it is. So, you want to tell them what the story is about? So you can tell them.
Yeah, I can. We had a little car accident.
A little car accident. There was no little car accident.
Yeah, I guess that's just
we was covered though. We was covered
trying
under
to
the blood.
downplay it a little bit, but
no, you were trying to downplay it.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
Me trying to downplay it a little bit, but yeah, guys, we were in an accident, so we're gonna kind of tell you about that today.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years since it happened though. It's been it's going almost 2 years.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. It's going on almost 2 years since it happened.
Because Zoe was here.
Yeah, Zoe was a baby. She was tiny.
Yeah.
She was a little baby. She was asleep the whole time. When it happened,
yeah.
She was asleep the whole way through.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Absolutely crazy. So, we were headed to, what was it, my brother's?
No. We were heading to my game. We were heading to... You was going to drop me off at my game, my soccer game.
No.
Because, yeah.
No, you were going to drop us off and take the car.
Yeah, because your mom's, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, this was back when we were just one car family. And so, we were going to get dropped off. We, as in me and the kids, were going to get dropped off.
It was just you and Zoe. The girls were, I guess they were at their dad or something. The girls, Lisa and Layla, were...
Well, I said me and the kids because me and the kids were going to be there.
Right. So they were going to be getting dropped off too.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were on our way to my brother and sister-in-law's baby shower for little Charlie. Charlie. And once we got there, of course, we were going to be there. And then O'Neal was going to take the car.
And we was going to go. I was going to go to my game, my soccer game.
And then we were going to kind of go from there. So it was really rainy that day. I wouldn't say
it wasn't really raining.
Storming, like really, really bad, but it rained a lot.
It had rained the night before too, I think.
Yeah.
It didn't rain that much that day, but the night before it did. Nah, because if it had rained a lot, then my game would have been canceled. But it had rained the day before, going into that night, and it had drizzled that day.
Yeah. That's all I was saying.
I think the whole week.
It was some drizzle because the road was still wet. Yeah,
the whole week. I think the whole week it was raining basically for the whole week.
Yeah. But yeah, it was drizzling, or it had just drizzled from the road that we were getting ready to be on, like we were driving on, right? And
we was on the highway, by the way, people. We was on the highway. This is a busy highway, like on a regular. Big trucks coming from state to state. You know what I mean? Transferring goods and all that.
6-lane highway. We're in the fast lane. We're driving. And we hit a hydroplane.
First off, babe.
Yeah.
Before that even happened, like, I don't know. I guess we had a little. I think we had we might have had a little argument before we left out. Not nothing serious, just a disagreement. And because we was at the house just going back and forth for a minute. Like we was running like kind of late. Because normally if I'm going to a game, and worse if she gotta go somewhere and I gotta go somewhere, then we normally get out early. But we were right like real somewhat close to timing. Like we was running kind of behind time because my game was cutting real close. I think because of the rain too. And we was kind of going back and forth at the house. Yeah, we was going back and forth at the house before we actually left out. And when we left out, I think that's when it started actually drizzling too. When we actually left out of the house, it started drizzling. And I'm like, man, okay. Seems like I'm about to be late for this game. But I'd rather make it there. I remember thinking to myself, I'd rather making it to the game late than not making it. And this is something that I actually kept to myself the whole time. And I was like, I hope we get to the game. I'd rather get to the game late than not to get there at all. So let's go. And Key was driving. You wanna go ahead and finish up.
Well, it seems like we're still at the house, so we're just gonna side note this because it's something that's gonna get brought up. I had made a couple dishes for the baby shower.
Yeah, don't
and
forget.
So
we had
baked beans in the back, and it was
mac and cheese,
right? We had baked mac and cheese, baked beans, and there might have been one more thing.
Cornbread is in there too.
Okay.
Cornbread.
I know. I made some.
And I think collard greens. Collard greens was in there too.
No, I didn't make collard greens.
But I know baked beans for sure because I remember cleaning out the baked beans. And some mac and cheese. And
right. Yeah, the baked mac and cheese and the baked beans I remember for sure. And then probably some cornbread was in there too or something like that, you know. But yeah, so now, you know, it's me, O'Neal, and Zoe in the car. Lisa and Layla went with they were there with their dad, right? They came with their dad.
That's what I had said earlier. You're like, nah. What? Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on, man. Tell the people them.
Lisa and Layla weren't in the car with us because they came to the baby shower with their dad. So it was a Sunday. Typically Sundays we exchange the kids after church type of thing. So he was going to the baby shower too. So it was just like, we'll get them, you know, after the baby shower. They'll come back home with us, that type of thing. So that's why Lisa and Layla were in the car with us. But
I'm so glad
now
that they were.
we are on the way to the baby shower. So we are driving in the fast lane, okay? And I wasn't speeding. That's it's raining.
Yeah, she wasn't speeding.
I wasn't speeding or anything like that, but we're in the fast lane.
Her foot is heavy, but she wasn't speeding.
My foot can get very heavy. But yeah, so we're in the fast lane and we come up on Mid-Rivers Mall exit.
Yeah.
And
not like they gonna know what exit it is unless it's people like from Missouri.
But yeah, the car, so we're in the fast lane and the car begins to spin. And this is where some of the emotions are gonna come in because literally every time I go past this spot, I feel myself tense up. Even if it's a nice day, I feel myself tense up still driving.
Even if I'm on the opposite lane, in the opposite side of the.
If he's the one driving, I still feel myself in this spot tense up because
it's okay. It's a part of the process of getting over it. That's why I wanted to express tell the or watchers or viewers or subscribers or family or YouTube family, because it's a part of getting past it, over it. Because thank God we're still alive. You get what I'm saying? We didn't get a scratch. Mentally, we probably got shooken up, but we didn't get a scratch. And that's why I said I'm glad the girls weren't with us, because they probably would have been up. They probably would have been up, and then we would have had to be dealing with like them just having like those scares and frights whenever like the ones that we had. We could deal with it, but for them, it'd have been a little bit harder. And Zoe, she was a baby. Like, she was really tiny. And she stayed asleep. Around that time, she was asleep. Yep. She was sleeping the whole time. Yeah. Whole time. And that part of it, I'm happy that she was sleeping within that time also. So even if she have like, you know what I mean, her memory of it, then should have been like, okay. Right. She don't. Right. You know what I'm saying? But what up, squad? So y'all might be wondering why we're here right now, guys. Guess what? You just part 2. Yeah, you just watched only the part 1 of that story. So
there's a part 2.
You gotta go over to the next video and watch part 2 of us telling about when we got in an accident on the highway. Alright, guys? And before y'all do that, y'all could subscribe and like and hit the notification bell and share the first video and all of that. You know what I mean? Just get with it. Alright, guys? K.O.Family Vlog. Y'all know the vibe. Y'all know how we coming. You know what I mean?
All day.
All day. Love you guys. Peace.